I feel so out of practice right now talking to the camera like this. Well guys, I'm back. I am like at a loss for even how to start this video because I haven't made a video on this channel in almost 4 years, which is just so crazy to me because it doesn't feel like that long. But then I look back at the time of life I was in when I made my last video and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was like forever ago. So I'm not gonna make this video too long. I am just here to say, hey, I'm back. I'm so excited to be making content again on this channel. And I'd love to tell you guys a quick Cliff Note version of what has happened in the last 4 years. The last video I made on here, I believe, was in 2021. It's just so crazy. I think the last video was maybe more like 3.5 years ago, but I'm just rounding up to 4. As you guys can see, I am in a totally different environment than you last saw me. So much has happened, you guys. I am truly like, I don't even know where to start. So what I'll do is just give you guys a couple bullet points to like summarize what has happened. And then, you know, I don't know. I'm like, what do I say? It took me a while to want to come back here because being like a creator as a hobby, which is what I am basically, is so fun, but it does require a lot of work because I'm not doing it full time. And so I think I got burned out on YouTube. I also left YouTube at a really hard point in my life, and I'll get into that. So in order to not make this video 30 minutes long of me just rambling, we're gonna go down some bullet points. I'm gonna give you like the top 10 things that have happened to me in the last 4 years, and we'll go from there. And if you guys have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. The last time you guys saw me, I was living in Los Angeles. It was 2021 and I had just wallpapered my bathroom, which was so fun. Not long after that, I actually left LA. I had been really struggling mentally and was having a very hard time finding a job. It was peak pandemic times. I absolutely loved my community though at that point in my life. I loved my friends there. I loved the house I was living in. I choose not to live my life with regret. I do think that the choices we make, you know, make us who we are. I do wish I had not left when I did, but that's okay. And so I ended up moving back to Birmingham, Alabama, which is where I lived post-college for a little while. I got a job at a startup. That was an interesting time. If you have ever worked for a startup, I'm sure you can already tell by my facial expressions what that was like. Anyways, ended up getting COVID really, really badly. Probably could have gone to the hospital, but didn't, and was fired for having COVID. Moving on from that, it was a really sweet time to be back in Birmingham at that point because I got to reconnect with a lot of friends, make some new friends. I was there for about 2 years, and after the startup, I ended up working for an ad agency that I had such a positive time at, really, really enjoyed, and was there for about 1.5 years, and then ended up coming back to LA. And I had just had this feeling of like, okay, in 2021, the pandemic was still at, you know, its height, and so I left LA because LA was a really hard place to live in during that time. And I just thought, you know what, I have this job opportunity, I'll just go do this. And then once the pandemic's cleared in a couple years, I'll come back, which is exactly what I did. So I left Birmingham for good in 2023, I believe. And then at the start of 2024, moved back to LA. Totally different experience. I lived by myself. I lived in a completely different neighborhood, still West LA, but you know, got to meet so many new friends and experience so many new things, but again, could not find a job. You guys, the job market since the pandemic, as you probably know, is just atrocious. It is just awful and so hard, and so I ended up really working for myself for the last, honestly, like 2 years, which has been great, has also been really hard at times because it's just not financially stable. And so I lived in LA for the last year, and then and had a great time. I mean, it was definitely a hard time in the sense of like just some personal stuff I was dealing with, but I love LA. Always love LA. It was a really sweet chapter of my life. And so you might be wondering, you're like, well, where are you now? So if you guys don't remember if you haven't watched my videos before, you're just tuning in now, I am from Texas. I grew up in Fredericksburg, Texas, which is a tiny town in the hill country, kind of south of San Antonio and Austin. And Austin has always been a place that I have loved. It's a place that I've always kind of felt like was I don't know, it's just always been so familiar to me because when we were growing up, we would come to Austin to do all the big city things, you know, like go to Target or go to the airport. And so I have always told myself that Austin was where I wanted to end up. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna get married, I don't know if I'll have children, but if I am blessed with those things, I would love to raise a family here in Austin. And so I also know that Austin just feels like home to me, and it's the only city in all of Texas I want to live in, given our current political climate, if I'm being quite honest. And so I moved to Austin in the end of 2024. So I lived in LA for about a year, left and right before the holidays, and I'm now in Austin, and I live in a very cute house that I have had a absolute blast decorating and making it the ultimate bachelorette pad for myself. It has just been so much fun. So that's kind of the update of like where I've been. So basically in the last 4 years, I have moved to both sides of the country and then ended up right back in the middle where I always knew I would be. Is that I really feel like I'm home now. I kind of feel like I can take a deep breath, and it's just the best feeling in the whole world. So another really big life update is since October of 2022, I have been on a weight loss journey, and you know, it has not been easy. And if you would like to see a video about that, I'm happy to talk about it. I have lost about 75 pounds, a little over than that, and it's been incredible. It's been a really crazy change, and it's something that I am really proud of myself for, and something that I'm really grateful for, because I feel so much healthier now, and it has nothing to do with being skinny. I'm still a size 12, okay? Like, I'm still curvy. I'm not, you know, it's not me trying to be stick thin, but I had some health stuff and realized like I need to take better care of my body. So that is something I would love to talk about more if you guys are interested. And then the other life update, which is really fun, is, let me see if I can get her. Win-win. Give me a second. Okay. Whew. This is Winnie. That is not any way to treat your guests. This is my baby. She is an Aussie Doodle. She hates the camera. She hates my phone. So I don't know how, yeah, she doesn't want to look at you guys. But this is the biggest update besides literally moving and my weight loss that I have for you guys, is I got a dog. She says, hi everybody. I got her in 2022 and when I lived in Alabama. So she has been with me through a lot. We've been to Alabama, we've been to California, we've been to Texas. Anyways, that's the most fun life update. And then, you know, I've been really honest and open about my dating life on this channel in the past, and I'm happy to get into that to a degree. I'm still single, which is just, it is what it is. But I have dated, had some really interesting experiences. I've had some great, some not so great. And, you know, I have found that dating is like one of the #1 topics people want to hear about. So I am happy to talk about my journey in that. And, you know, I'm also 30 now, which is so crazy. Last time you guys saw me, I think I was 27. I'll be 31 next month, which is just crazy, okay? This girl will be 3, I'll be 31. Woo, Lord. I am so excited to be back with you guys. This is gonna be so much fun. I already have so many ideas for content to share with you all. So obviously I would love for you guys to comment down below, like, subscribe, turn on that post notification to be notified every time I upload. I thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, say bye. Bye. She hates me. Bye guys.